Charles, it's so great to see you again. And wow, Codeplay's had an amazing year. A year ago, or maybe less, you got acquired by Intel. Tell us about that, what's the story in that?
So you're right, about a year ago, Intel acquired Codeplay. So we're now an actual fully owned subsidiary of Intel. So what was behind it? Codeplay evolved and developed, and we're totally behind this programming standard called SYCL. And we worked with Intel as well because they started adopting SYCL in their framework called OneAPI. And they realized that we were not only a very good partner, but they needed us to really thrive and build up this OneAPI SYCL ecosystem. So that was the motivation behind the acquisition, and that's really what we're doing within Intel.
So the intentions are 1 + 1 is greater than 3, or some kind of math like that.
I would go 1 + 1 is much greater than 3 in this case, because really we need to, the OneAPI, and by the way, we've been kept as Codeplay Software. That's why I'm still allowed to wear this Codeplay shirt. We are still Codeplay Software. We're being kept at arm's length from the company, and we are being kept so that we can really go out there and almost independently go out and work with other companies, big chip companies, software companies, to embrace the OneAPI and the SYCL standard.
So tell me a little bit about, you've got OneAPI, you've got SYCL. How does this all work together?
It starts to get you good buzzwords everywhere. So SYCL is a Kronos open standard. It's a standard defined for programming as a platform, as a language. So that's the programming environment. Then you've got OneAPI, which is all the libraries and ecosystem around it, and OneAPI also provides an implementation of SYCL to enable SYCL, and it goes from low-level drivers, level 0, right the way up through the SYCL implementation, all the way up to libraries like OneDNN and OneMKL, different libraries that you need. If you were an application developer, you would hook into all these different libraries that are available. So SYCL is an open standard defined by the Kronos body, and then the OneAPI is the greater system. And OneAPI, we're going to be taking it out as a separate. We're going to carve out what is relevant, and we're going to make that fully open source and take it out to the open market and make it a foundation and bring in other companies into that foundation. So that's what Codeplay is really active doing at the moment.
Sounds like a great fit together for the two organizations, as well as a pretty bright future ahead. So you're here at Embedded World, and there's so many booths, so many demos to see. What has Codeplay got on display?
So what we've got on display is really the OneAPI. If you migrate your code from CUDA, which is a proprietary language for NVIDIA only, you want to migrate that across to this SYCL OneAPI environment. And then once you're in that SYCL environment, you can run that in multiple accelerators, processors, even back onto that NVIDIA hardware, that NVIDIA GPU that you have. Because people don't transition everything overnight. They transition, it's a migration piece at a time. And you can do coexistence of CUDA plus SYCL. You can have your hardware there and then gradually move over once everything's been proven. And what we're doing here really is, you've got RISC-V, you've got the vector extension here. And the vector processors are used as an accelerator where you offload the really hard number crunching parts of your algorithms. You offload that to a machine, an accelerator. And in this case, we're showing RISC-V vector extension processors. And that's why RISC-V is good for us. But we can also run it on almost any machine. NVIDIA, AMD, Intel GPUs, you can run it on RISC-V and any other GPUs, accelerators, and there's a lot of these accelerators out there. A lot of them are really taking advantage of RISC-V, which is great for you guys.
Moving forward fast, accelerating.
Fast. Pardon?
Accelerate.
Accelerate and get there very quickly.
Wow, well this is great. Thanks so much for catching us up.
It's good talking to you again. Thanks.